Hello YouTube, back again with a third video on a video that I really wanted to do, but hey, I got people to ask me, to do videos from people I work for, so I definitely can't be selfish and do what I want to do. Hey, it's just the nature of the business. But today's video is going to be about Mo and the Gede, because it's like Gede is a concept in the Western world that most people have a difficult time understanding, at least the people I know whatsoever. So I figured, the fact that I've been to both worlds and I lived in both worlds, I can probably make the correspondence for people in the Western world, the right correspondence, because we know there's a lot of people that don't know what they're doing out here. So, Shita, Uvizoenu, Ponkaenu, Aplimnu, all right. Well, the Gede, I can say, the Gede are, let's just say, the Gede are what we would call Grim Reapers in English itself, or in Western culture. We can say that they're closely aligned with Grim Reapers because the Gede are all death spirits. They're responsible for claiming the souls of the dead. But if you want to take it deeper, you can say that they are responsible for bringing the souls of the dead to the underworld. And you can say that another aspect of them is bring him to the judgment bar. So when you start talking about the judgment bar, that's when you start getting into Bawon Lacroix itself, because in voodoo, Bawon Lacroix is a judge. He is what you would say the system of karma whatsoever that basically assigns the souls of the dead to their locations itself, from, I guess, if you even want to take it to the Egyptian level, going back to ancient Egypt, the whole judgment thing where you have people standing before the judgment of Mayat whatsoever, the weighing the feathers, the heart against the feather of truth itself, But that is the aspect which, the Gede serves, more of in the sense of the escorts of the dead itself, Now now I definitely want to say this. This is where there's a lot of confusion whatsoever is that who do the Gede work for? People say Bawon Samedi, some say Papa Gede. I associate the Gede with Bawon Lacroix. The Gede, the way they appear, you can say that they're big shadows itself. They're not your human outlines itself. At the moment of death, or at the moment when a person's close to death, dying, that's when the Gede come around. And when the Gede come around, they are what you say, like I said, a big shadow, Golombai, and they're there to basically claim the soul of the person who's about to die. Now, on the Mo aspect, now talking about the Mo now, the difference between the Mo and the Gede, they're what you say in the shadow family, but the Mo are the souls of human beings. Now the Mo, they're closely aligned with Bawon Samedi. We could say that Bawon Samedi is responsible for claiming the souls of the dead, or our ancestors. He's related to them. They dwell with Bawon Samedi, the ancestors itself, I know there's been so much confusion where they mix the Gede up with Bawon Samedi, but they're two different families itself, Bawon Samedi, he is the gatekeeper of the ancestors itself. So people who serve Bawon, they are people that are connected with the ancestors itself, Oh, Oya Jakela, hello. But yes, the ancestors, when you work with Bawon Samedi, you find that yourself, you start to connect with a lot of Mo, a lot of deceased people whatsoever. You start getting very strong on ancestral ties itself, So I definitely say that the Mo are the souls of human beings who passed away, they passed away. But the Mo can also become bad, or they can also be bad as well. Or, some people that were evil from the get-go, they become what you would say hungry ghost, or they become what you call the boogeyman or Makut. See, the Makut, I know people be like, what you mean by Makut? Wasn't that like administration when Papa Francois Duvalier was in power? Well, let me break this down. Well, Francois Duvalier, many say that he was a servant of Baron Samedi. Now, when you start dealing with Baron Samedi, you pretty much learn about, you know, the boogeyman, or what you call the maw. You know, and what you find in the maw is the bad spirits that claim to collect the souls of the dead. So what Francois Duvalier did was, after the name of the Makout, what you say, the Makout, which means Uncle Knapsack, or Knapsack claiming the souls, he named his administration under, you know, he named, you know, his, I would say his volunteers, the Makout whatsoever, you know. So you can see that the Baron Samedi, you know, the Baron Samedi aspect was with him. So he basically named it after a group that runs with Baron Samedi whatsoever. There's been many rumors that Francois Duvalier claimed that he was Baron Samedi incarnated on Earth, but it is what it is, you know. But as far as the boogeyman, or what you call the maw, the bad maw, in English they would be considered as what you call boogeymen, or holy, or hungry ghosts itself, you know, because what they do is they claim, they steal, or they take the life force of the living, you know. So when they come around, let's just say the bad ones, their energy is down. So what happens is, you may be standing somewhere whatsoever, and all of a sudden you get hit, boom, and all of a sudden you start having a panic attack, or, you know, you start losing your breath. And basically, a panic attack is when you lose your breath. It is as though something just hit you, and when it hits you, you just lost your wind, you know. So that's what they're, you know, they basically, they take your life force, they take your energy, and that's what leads you into the physical manifestation of having panic attacks, or what some people call psychic attacks itself, you know. So the maw on that aspect, you know. But then the maw can be good as well. They can be your ancestors coming to give you guidance and stuff like that, you know, through dreams and stuff like that, you know. But that's what I have to say so far. Oh, so before I even conclude this, so let's just make this straight. Baron Lacroix, he runs with the Gede. Baron Samedi, he runs with the maw. Basically, just want to make that separation, because you know, you read all these places where they don't even have these things correct whatsoever. They mix all these things together, and you're like, what the hell, you know? So I definitely say this: in voodoo, pas gain livre. Keep that in mind, because when I say pas gain livre no voodoo, means there's no books. So what you're learning whatsoever is not going to be in books, or what you're told. It's stuff that you're going to have to intuit, like go into the spirit realm for. You know what I'm saying? Faut traverser dans Guinée pour joindre ça, pour joindre toute information que vous cherchez. You know? So I mean, I interpret this in English. When you're doing this, you're going to have to learn. You're going to have to travel into the astral realm to learn these things. And I don't mean you're just playing around and try to visualize this and that. No, you're going to have to shut your mind down. You got to, well, let's say this. You have to shut your body down and become an observer. You're going to have to leave this realm and go to the other side to find these things out, because if you don't, you know, you're never going to learn the truth. See, when you talk about learning from a Wunga or a Mombo, they're only telling you what they heard from other people. How do you know if it's true? The only way you can know if it's true is if you go to the other realm yourself and see it for yourself. So with that said, I conclude this video. Hopefully it was informative. Like and subscribe, everyone, and thank you for watching.